Life is good. Life is a gift, right? Good morning. Good to be with you. Life is beautiful, but life gets messed up. So how many of you identify with this, that life is beautiful, but it's also broken? That would be me. And I think all of us, we get that. So when life comes unassembled, when things mess up, things are in pieces, what do we do with it? Do we get depressed? Do we turn to old addictions? What do we do? What do we do when life doesn't go the way we want it to? So one of the first stories that we hear about Jesus in John's Gospel is Jesus and his disciples were invited to a wedding, because I think Jesus was a fun person to have around, socially connected. He's probably a lot more normal in a lot of ways than sometimes we think. And his mother was there as well. And if you've seen The Chosen, they have a great episode. I think it's the first season. And so it's the wedding at Cana of Galilee. And it would have been a huge disgrace, the fact that they ran out of wine. But the problem, of all days, on a wedding day to run out of wine. And in that culture, even more so than today. Today it'd be like, well, your package only allowed for this much, whatever. So sorry, you're out of wine. Here's the deal. So what does Mary do? Does she just get frustrated? Does she, you know what? She takes the problem to Jesus. Did you catch that? What's your deal today? What's the thing that's broken? Take it to Jesus. You're like, he already knows about it. Yes, he knows about it. But he wants to hear from you about it. As a matter of fact, when Mary goes to Jesus and says, they've run out of wine, she just presents the problem. And his first response is, so it's really not my time. I've got kind of this time schedule. God, my Father, gave me this calendar, and I'm not supposed to, because if I do this, then people are going to know. And Mary just persists. She gives the problem to Jesus. She doesn't whine about it. That's a little Max thing there. I am picking up some thoughts here from his book, Before Amen. Mary doesn't whine about the wine. She brings it to Jesus, and then she says this: do whatever he tells you to do. Finds the servants and just says, do whatever he tells you to do. So I was talking to somebody who's in a theological program, and I think it's great that they're doing that. We just had a brief conversation with her, but I think it's really fun because we had a good conversation, because what she's studying is really heady stuff, and pastorally, it's like you want to take what's complex and make it as simple as possible and give someone an idea of what they could do with the words of Jesus. What does Mary say? Do whatever he tells you. What's God telling you to do today? Are you just sensing maybe you're listening to this and God's planting these thoughts. Temptations come, sure they do, but God plants thoughts in our minds. Maybe you heard something in a service this week. Maybe it has something to do with helping refugees that are coming out of Ukraine or out of some other nation. Do whatever he tells you. It's not enough to just, think about it. So, back to the wedding. What if the guys at the wedding, the servants, were just thinking about the water? Let's think about the water. Let's just really meditate on the water. No, do whatever he tells you to do. And he told them to fill these containers. And here's another thing. You might be thinking, well, there's certain things I don't really want to talk to Jesus about, and maybe one of them would be wine. Whatever it is you have a problem with, Jesus wants you to talk to him about that today. And then when you sense that he's telling you to do something, do it. That's how miracles happen. In everyday, mundane life, when we sense that we hear something from Jesus, we follow through and we do it. And Jesus turned something that was ordinary into something that was extraordinary at the wedding at Cana of Galilee. May he do the same in your world today. Shalom in your home. May your world be as God intended it to be.